Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Chief Master Instructor Kenny Smith with Total Force Training Group. Alright, I do have some people coming by to help me film later, so this should be the only one like this. Well, there'll be a couple like this you'll see tonight until I get here. First thing let's talk about is knife defense in the martial arts. Most of y'all know I've been a martial artist for damn near all my life, okay? 20 out of 25 years, actually 20 in days now. So, you know, it's one of those things I've done a long time. But there's some problems I have. I see a lot of guys teaching what they claim to be knife defense, and it looks like it might work, but I question it on the street. And one of the biggest things I see is people trained to defend against these big, huge honking knives. We've all seen it, okay? The problem is big knives are kind of hard to find on the street. When you actually look at, you know, what you see in jails and the like, you typically find smaller, more easily concealed things. So let's look at my jacket pocket here. All right. With that, that's my idea of a training knife, ladies and gents. All right, I use a carpet cutter. Okay. I'm just going ahead and do a little quick safety demo right here. There is no blade whatsoever in this bad boy. Okay. Safe as it gets. Now, why do I use this? Well, for one, when you're working against a big knife, you have a lot of room. A lot of the Filipino disarms actually come from sticks, and you know I say that because I'm a level 2 Filipino stick and knife instructor, or that's expired now, but nevertheless, I still have the knowledge. When you see these things that work on sticks or they work on the flat of a big blade, when you try that with something that has less than an inch of blade sticking out, especially something like this carpet cutter that's also double-edged and the blade's very, very thin, it's a recipe for disaster. So if you're watching this and you're a martial arts instructor and you teach knife defense, quit using the big blade, okay? You're cheating yourself, all right? Anything you can do against a small blade, you can do against the big blade, all right? Now, does that mean a big blade is safer to fight against? No. All knife fights suck. They are all dangerous, and you're probably going to bleed in every single one of them. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to get cut, because then you will get cut. Tell yourself, I'm probably going to get cut. There's a big difference, all right? But, you know, when I train, I use the small blade exclusively, except for when I'm working sword stuff or trying to use a machete or something crazy like that. Or when I'm working with the stick, because the only difference is the stick seeks bones and the knife seeks flesh. But anyway, let's get besides the point. I use the small blade, all right, because that way, when I'm working, I have to work around that small blade. I don't have this large mass that I can use for leverage, okay? Hopefully, when I get my filming people in here, I will be able to touch on that some. Matter of fact, I know I will be, because I'm not going to let them leave until we do. But we'll definitely work on that. Biggest thing is with this video is don't fool yourself. If you're training against an edge weapon, use a likely street weapon. All right, big slashing attacks, yes, they happen. They're less likely to happen. Anybody that's worked in a jail before will tell you, you know, even hit there where the edge weapon is king, point-based tactics are where it's at. All right. If you can defend against point-based tactics, you can defend against slashing-based attacks. The only difference is a point-based attack is much harder to defend because it's penetrating as opposed to looping. All right, so keep that in mind. Train hard, train safe. Never, ever, ever fight fair, because if you're fighting fair, your tactics suck. And always watch your six and stay frosty. Chief Master Instructor Kenny Smith signing out. We'll have some more up tonight. Thank you for watching the video.